Max is right next to me. Might try to get you guys a little glimpse at him right there. He's sleeping. It is about to storm here. About to storm. But nothing crazy, just a little bit of wind and rain. And I used to have a lot of anxiety about storms. I used to get super anxious, and I just felt like the house was gonna blow away every time there was a storm. But I'm sort of getting a little bit more into the mindset of storms are pretty relaxing. They're mostly harmless. The biggest thing is I have to make sure that all the chickens are put away. And actually today I went out to, lock up the chickens for the night, and there is a little black hen who typically does not get out. We do have a select few chickens who have a problem getting out every single day. It's kind of, at this point, whatever, we just let them run around the yard. But one of them does not typically get out, but for the past few days she has been getting out, and that is because she is laying eggs out in the yard instead of in the coop like she is supposed to. So the other ones who get out, they typically hop back over the fence and put themselves to sleep at night. But because this girl is not used to getting out, she does not know how to put herself up, apparently. So I went out there today to put them all to bed, and she was outside of the fence, right where we opened the gate, and she was walking back and forth, pacing, trying to find a way in. And it was dark, and if you know anything about chickens, you would know that they're basically blind at night. So right when the sun is setting, they all go into their coop for the night, and they get up on their little perches and they stay there until morning. But if they do not do that before dark, then they are just helpless, and they have to kind of stay wherever they are. So I went out there, and she let me catch her, and I just put her to bed because I did not want her to be stuck outside in the storm. And her name is Mildred, in case you were wondering. Mildred. Mildred. And while we are on the theme of bird stories, we have 3 female turkeys and 1 male turkey. However, the female turkeys typically will get around 18 to 20 pounds when they are adults, but the male turkeys will be 33 to 40 pounds, which is huge. And that means that they eat a lot. They require a lot of food. And the male turkey, who is ginormous, his name is Nosy, and he is actually kind of a bully. And we have 2 ducks, and he really likes picking on the female duck, and he'll bite onto the top of her head and yank it around, almost like a dog with a rope. So that was really hard for me to go out there and see discussed butchering him for meat. However, he is just about a year old, and turkey is really meant to be eaten around the 6-month age. You might be able to really hear some of the wind blowing outside. It's really picking up, but they are meant to be eaten around 6 months, and he is, twice that age, so it would be pretty tough meat. And, I don't mind that so much because I know I could probably boil it in a soup and it would still probably be really good. But my husband's grandma she lives on the property with us, and in her own house, and she is weirdly attached to the male turkey. She did not want us to butcher him. She loves him. And she didn't have to see a lot of the bullying. She doesn't pay for the feed or anything, so she doesn't care about all of that stuff. But so we agreed that we would not butcher him. And she actually happened to have a coworker who has 14 peacocks, 3 female turkeys, I think 9 chickens, and some lambs and goats. So she has quite the little farm, and she was interested in breeding the 3 female turkeys that she has, but she does not have a male turkey. So it was fate. And just the other day, she came with her 2 16-year-old grandsons, and they picked up Nosy. They had like a little kennel for him, and they put him in the back of their minivan and drove him away. They only live like 15 minutes away though, so they told us, we can visit him anytime we want, but I was both happy and sad to see him go, because he really was a good turkey when it came to like human-turkey relations. I have a lot of family members and friends who have told me about their experience with male turkeys, and they say, like, do not turn your back to a male turkey. Like, you need to keep your eye on him. They will attack you. They're vicious. And that absolutely was not the case for the turkey that I had. He was really sweet. He followed me around everywhere. I turned my back to him all the time when I was kneeling down, getting eggs and things like that, and he never even got aggressive. I would come up to him and pet him and like pet his head and scratch his chest, and even sometimes, like, if he was trying to walk away from me and I continued petting him, he never tried pecking at me or anything like that. So he was apparently an exceptionally good turkey when it comes to humans, but like I said, he really picked on our female duck. Her name is Daphne, and I hated that. But I'm super happy that he has a good home and that we didn't have to butcher him. The lady who got him, like I said, she was looking for a male turkey, and she had spoken with someone else earlier that week who was looking to get rid of their turkey, and they wanted to sell him to her for $80. And we just gave our turkey away for free because, I don't know, that's Spring's sighing, my dog. So sister about, how we were getting rid of him, and she was like, oh my gosh, after all the money that you've spent feeding him, he eats so much food, you're just gonna give him away for free. And I was like, yeah, because the money that I'll save from him not being here will eventually add up to $80. Don't you worry. And yeah, I could have made money off of him. I'm sure I could have asked for like $40, just, half the price of what the other guy was asking for, but I really wasn't caring about that. I just wanted to get rid of him. I didn't want him hurting the duck anymore. She has like scabs on her head from him pecking her on the head, so I just did not want that. The duck is so cute, and he's just a giant monster, so yeah. But I was not planning on filming a video today. It's Monday, so my husband is off work on the weekends, so we typically spend the weekends together. I don't film or anything on the weekends, just so I can spend more time with him. And today is President's Day, so I sub at a local high school, and they did not have school today because it's President's Day. So I was using today as like a catch-up day to get a lot of the cleaning and things done. And I did some work outside in the chicken coops and things like that. But yeah, I wasn't planning on filming a video today, but I just was kind of sitting here and I was like, maybe I'll just film like a super casual, sitting on the couch, snuggled up in my blanket. Why don't I try rubbing the blanket on the microphone? But I also, I started some of our seeds for the garden. I know a lot of people might think that is crazy because it's February, a little early for gardening, but if you are someone who grows your vegetable garden from seed and does not buy like the already grown plants from the store, you will know that you can't just plant everything once it gets warm, or else the plants don't have enough time to really grow and give you a lot of vegetables by the time it's fall and it gets cold again. So there are certain things that you have to plant like 8 weeks before it gets warm. Some things, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. But right now we are 8 weeks before it is officially no more risk of frost and cold in our area. So today I was able to start some shishito pepper seeds, some elbiot, I'm not sure, I can't remember if that's exactly what it was, but like elbiot peppers, which is like an orange bell pepper, some chardonnay peppers, and there was a fourth pepper, if I can remember what it was. I'm not sure, I can't remember right now. So 4 types of peppers, and then I started some Roma tomatoes, as well as some escousin cabbage, some Brunswick cabbage, some Hilton Chinese cabbage, and some lots of food for the fall. Once the garden goes away, we like to preserve a lot of it. Canning and freezing, dehydrating, things like that. So the light right here, coming from this direction that you are seeing, is actually from the grow light that we have in the living room, because I can't just have seeds and soil and expect them to grow on their own. So I have a 4-foot grow light that we have the plants under, and right now they're just germinating, and here in a week or two we will have some little green sprouts coming up out of the soil, and that is extremely exciting for me. I love gardening. I love seeing... Sorry, I thought I heard something weird. I love seeing the little sprouts coming up. It's like the most exciting thing for me. But I'm super excited for the garden this year. This will be the second year living here and having a huge garden. So I'm very, very excited. I can't wait for spring. I don't want to rush my life away or anything, but I really am excited for spring, excited for gardening, and no more cold weather, no more snow for the chickens and things like that. But yeah, so I have a lot to look forward to with the garden this year. It'll be a lot of work, but it is definitely worth it. We are still eating peppers and onions from the garden last year that we just diced up and have stored in the freezer. We have over 270 jars of preserved tomatoes and tomato juices, like 175 jars of green beans, which is crazy. We have way too many green beans, and like 110 jars of pickles. So we don't have a crazy amount of variety in our storage right now. So the goal this year is to can some carrots, some corn, and like some soups, like to actually just make homemade soup with, beef or chicken or whatever, and can it so that we can just have, like a mason jar that is shelf stable of some nice homemade soup. So if the world comes to an end, we don't have to just eat tomatoes and green beans and stuff. We'll have like really nice soup. But not just if the world comes to an end, but sometimes if I just want to send something easy to work for my husband, I didn't cook anything the night before, I'll just have a jar of delicious homemade soup that I can send with him. So that's pretty cool. I did some research this winter about how to safely can things, so I'm not worried about anything like that. I'm pretty excited to try it out, but I think I'm gonna call it a night. So I hope that you guys have an excellent rest of your day, rest of your night, your week, your year, your month, your life, and I'll see you